We want to come out, shoot some ripping around on your roads there.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a minute.
Let's do burnout.
But you've entertained the idea of using your property and your buildings for filmmaking.
Yes.
And I think it's a great idea. And a couple of our friends have shot on your property already.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, one of our guests, actually, Kim McKenzie.
Yeah, Kim's a great guy.
He's a fucking great dude.
Well, I personally don't like him very much.
Yeah.
How can you not?
I know. When I first met Kim, he was serving at a local rib restaurant.
Yeah.
And he was so gregarious. He's so out there talking to my wife and I and another friend that was with us. I said to him, I said, you should be an actor. And he goes, well, I am. I said, no. You're an idiot. You should be. And he goes, but I am. I said, what kind of acting? So he told me. I said, are you joking? So I gave him my card. I said, send me your stuff, man, because I will hire you. And, which I have now.
Yeah. That's actually how we met. That's how I met Kim.
Yeah.
We became buddies. He hired him. I was on the same show. And long story short. But
lovely man. Don't like him much, but he's
what
lovely.
a talented dude, though, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, he picks up a guitar and you're like, you son of a...
Yeah, I know.
Being so good at that and everything.
Well, I hate to brag, but I'm way better. So.
Are you? There's some business cards.
Yeah.
On the other side.
Beautiful.
Let me have one.
Thing.
Yeah.
Flip them over there. They got a nice backside to them.
Oh, sick. Oh, these look great.
Whoops. Yeah.
Yeah, so you...
Spread the word.
So you play guitar and obviously you skated too, did you?
Yeah, I've been a skateboarder and a guitar player for a long time.
Nice. I keep on trying to learn guitar, but I've found that my 4-string ukulele has a lot less confusion. So I taught myself to play a little bit of ukulele.
Yeah, that's okay. I love a ukulele.
But like the baritone uke, so it's not got the high string and the 2 and the high
okay.
string,
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like the bottom. It's the bottom 4 strings on your guitar. So
does it start with an
your top 2 bass.
E string? You know that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Frankie.
Okay.
Cool. Maybe.
That's cool. And you play some Hawaiian tunes in your
No, I just kind of learned to strum, and I got about 5 strums that I use, and that's it, right?
He and Lisa jump into the Econo van. And
away we go.
Go to the back 50.
That's hilarious.
That's so good.
Yeah, I've been playing guitar since I was 15 or something.
How the hell did we get onto guitars from movie studio?
I don't know, Kim.
I don't know, but whatever.
Kim.
About Kim.
Yeah. He's always changing the subject.
I know.
But
whatever.
Movie studios.
Yeah. So I mean, people might be interested.
Well, I mean, you guys have been out to the farm. You've seen the buildings and the space that we have.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And the thing with farming is, you need all this space, but in all reality, you need it for about 3 months out of the year. When your harvest comes in, you've got to store your product. You've got to, like for us, we do a wash line, and it goes and dries. It comes back, we grade it, we bag it, or package it, and it goes out. But otherwise, these barns sit there, and they basically end up being storage, And when you know what happens when you have storage, it gets more and more and more full.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the one loft you showed us, the one that's fairly precarious,
yeah,
beautiful. Just a beautiful set.
Yeah.
I can see that being shot. It's so cinematic. It's gorgeous. But then you have a couple of big buildings where prospective filmmakers could actually build sets in.
Yeah. Like I think overall, with all the buildings included, just on the home farm, because there is 2 other properties, but I think on the home farm there's just under 35,000 square feet of space under roof. So it's over like 5-6 buildings, basically.
Jesus. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Like really, it's a mini MGM Grand. You could have 3 different productions going on at the same time.
Okay, so
production at the same time.
I was thinking about. I don't know about you, and you could. Just correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of these major studios or major productions, they take up all the studio space in Toronto. I don't know how eager they would be to come out to your property. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But for the independent world, Kim and his production is very, very independent. And then there's a huge spectrum of what independent filmmaking really means. And I have no doubt, I mean, including us, we're showing obvious interest in coming out there. Your space is absolutely incredible. The one thing, though, that it happens to lack is places to rig from, or
Oh,
or
like a
something.
grid. Well,
Yeah, like a grid.
but the thing is, we could build that. Like,
Right. Yeah, you have high ceilings in a lot of your buildings.
You and I had spoke about this, about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
actual gridding, and the more you
I want to talk about it on here because there's going to be
Yeah.
people watching this that will show interest. I have no doubt.
So the one thing I thought about when you were saying about the rigging and all that, and like Lisa and I have said, as we get people come in, if they say, well, we need this or we really need this, if we find it's constant, we'll invest into it. Like I did before when we kind of dabbled the idea of this, I was actually going to curtain that one big barn on two sides of it just for sound and everything else, right?
okay.
Can we mention where you are and all that stuff?
Absolutely.
I'll put
You're
it
out in Vanessa,
Yep.
right? You're literally across the road from the beautiful
Vanessa
Vanessa
Meat
Meats. Oh my God, man!
It's a great store.
With a
yeah.
hell
Shout out
of,
to
hell of a
Vanessa Meats.
T-bone, man. But you have enough room to have an entire Honeyland, all the trucks.
Everything. Everything.
You had guys sleeping on the property there and all
Yep.
that stuff. It's absolutely incredible. There should be no qualms with anybody talking room.
Yeah, the space is there.
Is there a hotel nearby?
Well, the Simcoe's 15 minutes. They've got two hotels.
Oh yeah, right up the road.
We just had a commercial shot last weekend or 2 weekends ago, and the guy came in from Florida. The one fellow that was the I don't know
Director,
what you call him.
DP.
Yeah, I think so. Dara was involved in that one too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I just saw his post. Yeah.
yeah, and so that guy came in from Florida, and he just drove down the road, went up the highway towards Brantford, and stayed at the Suites. He said it's perfect. I'm 20 minutes away.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we've been on a lot of locations, and I've had to drive 45, 55 minutes to get to my hotel from location. So having hotels within a 30-minute
Yeah,
span is nothing.
Well, too, I mean, you're out. You're not even. There's no traffic.
no. As I say, it's a guaranteed 25-minute drive.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful.
Right.
It's a beautiful.
And it's a beautiful
It's
area
a
to be
beautiful drive.
Yeah,
That's the truth.
It's not like
You
you're
know?
pulling out the laneway in Toronto at Tri Brothers and going, okay, apparently it's just 20 minutes this way, and
Yeah.
it's at 5 o'clock. There's
Oh,
no
fuck.
20 minutes in Toronto.
No.
Andrew and I
Doesn't
took a
fucking
meeting.
exist.
We took a meeting a couple of months ago, and we were downtown Toronto, and it took us 4 hours
Yeah,
to get home.
yeah. I used to work downtown Toronto and did all that nonsense underground stuff. And I used to drive back and forth from Otterville every day just so I didn't have to stay there. And we'd drive to Mississauga, get in a truck, and then I'd drive right down to Union Station every day.
Oh
enough.
yeah.
There shouldn't be a rope store anywhere in Toronto.
A rope store?
Yeah. People, I'd hang myself if I had to live.
I see what you're saying. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't know where
I mean,
so it's,
yeah, I went to
I'm keeping that one.
I went to
You can have it.
I went to Pinewood Studios just in November.
Right.
I had a job
Right.
out there. So Pinewood Studios down on Commissioners, and Cherry Street Road there is all under construction and whatnot. On the holiday Monday, I went there, and it took me like an hour, which was incredible from here. And it was probably the fastest time I'd been in and out of Toronto in 20 years, at least. And just 3 days later, I had to go back to the same studio, and it took me about 3 hours to get there and 3 hours to get home.
Yeah.
Unbelievable amount of time on the road just to go.
And if you take a wrong turn, there's insanity.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I left. We were doing, because when I worked for that same company, we'd do construction for them sometimes, and we helped build the Hard Rock Cafe at the bottom of the tower there. Remember
Oh,
it
yeah.
used to be the
Yeah,
Hard
yeah.
Rock Cafe. I
Right.
don't know if it still is or not. I left there and got up on the Don Valley Parkway. I was like 2 hours getting to the 401 on ramp, and I took the wrong one.
Oh, fuck that. That's where you need that rope store.
The things we learn. Just take some rope with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I tell you, man. That's
Yeah, man.
insanity. It's a crazy city. I think going back to studios, I think this has always been our biggest concern with it, knowing that it's going to be our biggest trials and tribulations, is getting people from Toronto to realize we're not that far.
They already shoot there.
Yeah,
They shoot in Brantford. There's a movie shooting, a TV series shooting in Cambridge next month.
Yeah.
Handmaid's Tale is always here.
Yeah.
People have learned that shooting outside
Yeah.
the circle of Toronto is beautiful.
More and more.
And it's happening more and more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shooting in Woodstock for my first time
Nice.
in like 2 weeks.
What are you shooting?
It's a good question.
I'll know when I get
You know
there.
what? I'm not even sure if I should see it or say it out
There
loud.
you go.
But
Yeah,
No, that's
now.
cool though.
But yeah,
There's
I am
another one that
shooting-
was just shot
yeah.
in Woodstock. It was about the Woodstock hangings, and that's from a lady who actually grew up in Woodstock.
okay.
Geez, Farrah Foster, I think
Okay.
is her name. I don't know much about her. Just kind of learned it through a friend.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, so filmmaking it's happening everywhere, and
Yeah.
people are doing it all the time. They're
Yeah.
going out of town, so there's no reason why they can't take advantage of your
well, the motto's kind of, once you get there, the hard part's done.
100%.
Because, your hardware stores are 20 minutes away, your hotels are 20 minutes away. You've got the freedom of the country. You're not buried in permits if you want to do something off that property. We have 60 acres of bush at our place to shoot in. They're doing that 48-hour film challenge
Yeah.
that they have.
Yeah.
So the one fellow's shooting that on May 3rd at our place in the bush for, I think it's a horror flick or something.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's cool.
Do you have pictures and everything on the website?
Yeah, on the website, Tara there, Kim's lady.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she's taking
great.
care of our social media and everything. Cause
Oh, sick.
I'm not a techie fella.
So for those that are listening, people can go to www.frankiestudios.ca, FrankesStudios.ca, frankiestudios.ca, and check it out because it's a great facility.